There was no baseball in the Shawnee Mission District till 1974. Was it right place, right time for you to be able to get that job? Great school, growing area, and you were the first baseball coach.
Right. You know, I thought I was going to be a basketball guy. When I first got out of college, when I first graduated from KU in '67, I went to several places looking for a baseball, basketball job. And because as a kid, I couldn't tell you whether I loved baseball or basketball the most. I played football, but when my high school football coach turned me into a corner, and he never said anything to me about tackling anybody, he said, just turn the play in. That was right up my alley. But you know, as time wore on, I found myself being driven more about trying to be a baseball coach than I did basketball. And the Shawnee Mission School District started baseball, and I applied, and 3 or 4 people applied for the job, and Bob Johnson was the principal, and he gave me that opportunity, and I always appreciate him for giving me that opportunity. I stayed in basketball another 5 years, but it just became too hard with a family doing basketball and baseball, so I internally reluctantly gave up basketball because I knew I had to do that for my family.
Year 2, 1975, we won state. I was on that team. Did you think you had a system in place that was always going to be able to work?
No. I was lucky. We had a great group of kids like you that were dedicated, had played ball together on teams, and for some reason it just clicked. And so what I was able to do is I was able to, having played a lot of baseball, anybody that's played a lot of baseball, you think you know baseball, you don't know baseball. There's just so much to learn about all phases of the game. And I had a feeling for pitching because I'd pitched all my life. Did I know anything about hitting? No. Did I think about fielding correctly? No. Other than we're going to take ground balls. There was not much written. There was not much verbalized about baseball. There was not many videos about baseball. And so actually winning the state in 75 was a part of me being maybe able to get a group of kids to play together. That was the key. So just all the ingredients were there. And what it did, Dave, was it allowed me time to learn the game.
28 years at South, over 400 wins, 4 state titles, and you decide to leave and go to the new school, Blue Valley West. Was there an element of risk there? There was no guarantee you were going to win or that the parents or the kids were going to like you?
Yeah. Yeah, I really didn't worry about that because at that point in time I had a system. I understood what it takes to put a team together. I understood what it is to teach the skills of baseball. So I really didn't worry about that. The last day I was at South as a baseball coach was very, very, very traumatic.
What was that day like?
I had tons of pictures of former players, and I looked at the dedication that those kids gave me, and it was a sad day. So I made a poster of those kids and glued it, and I put it on the bulletin board over in the team locker room, just thanking every kid that had played for me at South. It was a tough day. I saw a little bit of a change in South, and it scared me a little bit from kids like you that I didn't see. And I also kind of wanted to have the opportunity to say I could do it again.
Scott Wright's the football coach here at Blue Valley West. He says nobody sweats the little things like you, wondering precisely what to say to a student. Why is that such a big deal to you?
I think there's 2 things. I think one, you want to leave everybody you have with hope. You may get after somebody about either their effort or they're not fundamentally doing things right. Because in the end, fundamentals will win for you, and you cannot turn your head to poor play. You cannot turn your head to poor attitude. And so therefore, for some reason, I'm picky about that.
Scott says nobody does it as well as you when it comes to teaching, work in the classroom, physical education, exercise, nutrition. 15% of the kids today are obese, and you bring this energy to the classroom. You're 69 years old, you never mail it in. You bring this gusto to school every day.
Yeah.
It's hard to bring every day your best game. How do you do that? Why is that still important?
I enjoy to see the students. There's so many good students here at West, so many good kids. There were so many great kids at Shawnee Mission South, and I think you try to focus on that person. Then I think you try to take that person that's having issues, and I think you try to talk to them. What are the issues today that you have? I think you try to give them confidence. And I don't think that you as a teacher can come into the classroom and be somewhat down yourself. I think each day you got to present yourself, as in baseball practice, you have to present yourself, I'm ready to go. My motor's ready to go when I hit the field.
Mom was a teacher, son John's a teacher and a high school baseball coach. Is that the ultimate compliment, that he wanted to be like you?
Probably. He wears number 32. I wear 32 because of Sandy Koufax, and he wears 32. And my family, not to focus on my son, but my family has dedicated their life for me, and my wife, my daughter, my son. And sometimes any job you have, you hurt your family because you're gone, and you think it's important to go out and watch your kids play in the summertime. And so I look back with some regrets a little bit, with that. But my family sacrificed for me. And so when I watch them with their family, and I watch my wife, who's still dedicated, I tell her not to come to the games. Go do what you want to do. And my wife being a drill team gal, we tried to make the kids realize that in the fall, I kind of had them, and my wife had drill team, and in the spring, she had the kids because of baseball. But when we opened the door and went in the house, we tried to make the kids feel like that they were the most important. It wasn't, hey, I'll get with you in just a minute. It was with them. And so that's what I have to really thank my family for, of just sacrificing themselves to help me in my profession.